Hey guys, dan selamat kembali ke Studio Sembang. Hari ni in the studio, I have with me my oldest friend in the industry. And itu apa yang I fikir on the way dekat sini. Because saya macam, okay, di antara banyak-banyak kawan yang I ada, takkan ada orang yang boleh kalahkan Diana Danielle dari segi berapa lama yang I kenal you.
I know.
Because we started so young.
Yeah, I think what we have in common is where we actually started from.
Betul?
And I really appreciate whenever I see you, we kind of go back into, do you remember when we were just, having fun on set, but not really having the responsibility of being celebrities. And that was really fun. So it's nice to see you again.
I know. Thank you so much for being here. Sekarang semua dah berubah. Kita dah jadi dewasa and kita tak boleh nak hidup dalam denial lagi.
Yeah, tak boleh. I'm just one. So, long way to go.
And I'm 7. 17.
Fill in the number.
Yeah. Pick and choose. Tapi I'm so happy you're here. So normally macam mana I akan startkan Studio Sembang adalah I akan tanya soalan pasal the beginning of your career. I rasa ni akan jadi episod yang sangat panjang sebab normally orang ada macam beberapa tahun pengalaman lah dalam kehidupan ni.
Saya akan cuba mampatkan.
Okay, so you've been doing this for 3 decades. You punya pengalaman luar biasa dan sebenarnya di antara yang paling lama jugalah dalam industri ni for our batch lah.
Yeah, tak jauh pun from you. Yeah.
Yeah, actually
but
tak
you
jauh.
were cuter, so people remember you better.
Tidak ya. Tapi maybe we should start there at the beginning of Diana Danielle's career.
Yeah.
Actually sebelum you mulakan pun, you're actually American born, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was the story? Macam mana family you boleh terjebak dekat Amerika? Macam mana you boleh sampai balik
My
kat sini?
mom belajar dekat UCLA. So she was the first adik-beradik dia, di antara adik-beradik dia yang pertama dapat keluar belajar, sort of broke the mold, sort of broke the sort of curse, if you may. Lepas tu dia menetap dekat KL and then dia balik ke sana nak sambung belajar for something which was supposed to be short, and then dia jumpa the love of her life. And then they hit it off. But my mom mostly memang based dekat sini. My dad was in Alaska. So, it was that sort of thing. But then dia terberanak dekat sana and then brought me back here because memang dia dah kerja pun dekat sini. So she didn't really have a base there. It's just that the timing was a bit, sort of all over the place. And my dad was with Exxon at that time. So yeah, itu je story dia. It's just two people falling in love and then I came around.
And then ada Didi. And so when did you come to Malaysia? Like what age were you? So you
apparently my mom said when I was like 3. Tapi I duduk kampung tau. I duduk kat Taiping. I didn't even stay in KL when I was younger. Yeah. So memang macam cakap Kedah, cakap macam ang buat apa tu? Dah makan ke belum? So that was like my real lingo growing up. And then pergi sekolah kebangsaan, and also I was very rooted in my Malay.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. And I like it yang I wasn't really exposed to sort of the Western way of living until I was probably like 9. So.
And I think that's something yang sangat istimewa pasal you, and that's why you macam fit dalam industri ni memang sangat senang. Because I know a lot of people dengan latar belakang yang lebih kurang sama macam kita ataupun darah campur.
Kind of off, right?
Kind of. My struggle is pelat.
No, but you overcame it, babe.
Thanks, girl.
Because knowing that, ethnically you're not even Malay, not even saying it in a bad way, but I'm saying it because I'm proud. A lot of people yang memang half Melayu pun dia nak dapatkan that accent and to be believable and to carry like the Malay watak. You know what I mean? But you got it down pat. So.
Thanks sis. I memang mencuba lah. Tapi you never had that issue. And you've also been doing this since like you were a kid. So like macam mana you boleh startkan dalam bidang entertainment? Did it come naturally? I think you were scouted. You pernah
scouted. Zaman dulu dia tak ada Instagram, dia tak ada all these like profiles that you can just open, lepas tu kau boleh pilih-pilih macam tu kan. Tak, dia macam kau jalan-jalan, tiba-tiba ada orang stalk kau daripada belakang, lepas tu dia macam, hey,
sekarang
lagi casting tak?
Sebenarnya babe, bila kita dengar cerita ni macam ni balik, sekarang dia akan jadi macam story time dekat TikTok di mana kita ada stalker, lepas tu dia ikut kita dekat shopping mall. Tapi sebenarnya I dapatkan the start of my career from scouting juga.
Betul. Like my mom was just literally carrying a white baby.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? And then at that time 90-an dia macam Pan Asian baby bloom.
Yes.
At that time. So
yes.
dia macam, that was, I think regionally juga, these faces, diorang boleh save budget sebab dia shoot sekali tapi dia boleh terus show in like 6 different countries sebab dia tak, because like Pan-Asian faces can kind of like cross country and sort of cross borders and you can't really tell where we're from. So I think that's just the plus point of being Pan-Asian. Bukanlah sebab cantik semata-mata, but it's actually cost-wise, it actually saves them a lot of money. So my mom, dia tengah bawa baby dia keluar dekat, I remember kat Lot 10.
Kat Lot 10. Okay. So mak-mak kat luar sana.
I know now,
Lot
the
10,
beginning of my career is
Lot 10. Okay, you kena celebratekan anniversary career you. Setiap tahun you kena balik Lot 10, kena makan dekat Japanese food dining kat atas tu.
I can count from November, so 9 months until November, because I was scouted at when I was 9 months old.
Yeah.
So my first job was with Angeline Tan.
Oh,
Right, exactly. So
sama.
I remember I tengah baring. I tak remember lah. My mom told me this. I was 9 months old.
Ya, betul.
So I tengah baring, I tengah buat diaper ad. So dia buka. Yelah, dia kena buka lah kan. So dia tengah buka the diaper, dia nak pasang balik, you know, because you have to take like 50,000 shots. So time tu dia buka-buka air sejuk, I kencing atas dia.
No. Oh my god. Tapi okay, you know what's creepy? Cara I mula dalam career I juga was with the diaper ad juga.
Sama.
Yeah, dia macam hampir sama, babe. I was 10 months old. So 1 month
wow.
behind. Yeah, 10 months old. And I did a mother care commercial. Tapi I tak kencing lah. It was the diaper ad.
When I met her again, I'm like bigger. I was like, hey, I peed on you.
Oh my god, did you really? Dia masih ingat tak?
She's like, you know, I was trying to explain to her and then she got it. She's like, I don't remember that part, but interesting. I was like, I just want you to remember. You need to remember this.
Oh my gosh, it's such an iconic moment dalam career you.
It was, yeah.
So that's how you started.
That's how I
you
started.
peed on the competition ever since. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly. I'll spray all over.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, and then you just don't stop because the money's too good, right?
Yeah, faham. Tapi also juga macam, obviously I don't remember this either, tapi what my mom said is always macam time tu diorang memang tengah cari macam talent budak, and untuk carikan talent yang boleh
Betul,
memberi,
depan kamera and calm.
Yes.
You know, calm babies are really hard to come by.
Yes. Tapi also satu lagi.
What was your mom's trick? My trick was ice. She gave me ice and I would play with ice all day. And I suka kunyah ice. So I rasa I have this thing with ice.
You know, that's a really good question yang I tak pernah tanya my mom. And I know that satu lagi persamaan di antara saya dengan you is that our moms were our managers.
Yeah.
So what was that like, having a mom as a manager? I mean, like, I'm sure most of it you takkan ingat lah sebab time tu memang you takkan ingat.
She was very passionate for me, which I like. I think I was living her dream in a good way.
Yeah.
I think to some point she was trying to build something for me.
Yeah.
Is what I felt. You know,
Yeah.
she's like, at least I give you a good start. And back then I wouldn't have really known, but it is really my career because she's really kind of brought me into the industry and kind of made me who I am today up until, you know, even when I was doing film and TV, dia memang ada dekat situ untuk tengok. Tapi dia kena mak-mak yang bijak lah sebenarnya. Sebab susah tau kalau mak tu dia tak ada business sense. Maksud saya macam in terms of business sense kena ada. Kalau mak-mak yang memang macam just nak datang ikut anak, kadang-kadang benda tu pun boleh jadi satu benda yang tak bagus sebab dia pun tak tahu macam mana nak tolong anak dia. So my mom, she really knew networking was important, PR is important, you know, coverage is important, exposure is important, and like this is a business, don't let people eat you up, don't let people, you know, do this and that. So she got me, she trained me from day one not to have anybody step on you. So that's what I mean, like you really need to know what you're setting up your kids for. So bukan macam kita just nak menjual anak for no reason and really have no vision and also she's like, what do you want to be? An actress. Let's go. So she was, you know, the gung-ho mom, but it's not as fun when you're working. But I'm thankful that she took it on her to make sure benda tu jadi.
Betul lah apa yang cakap. But at the time, kita tak ada infrastructure yang macam mana kita ada sekarang. So like nowadays, if you're a child talent, kita ada managers. So dia tak akan mengganggu sangat your parental relationship sebab your parent doesn't have to multitask. Parent you can ada lah, I think, for like a lot
I don't know if I would have even been as successful if it wasn't because my mom managed me.
Betul. Sebab I tak
I rasa lain.
Ya, takkan ada orang yang macam percayakan in your bakat ataupun push you
Dia macam
ataupun
pukul 5 pagi, weh bangun. You're going for the
yeah.
shoot. You're going for the shoot no matter what.
takkan ada manager yang boleh buat benda tu. You know, like as a parent you have to be motivated. Tapi at the same time, kadang-kadang the opportunity cost of a lot of child actors adalah dia akan mengganggu dari segi macam your personal relationship with your parents and stuff. Tapi soalan I is like, what was your childhood like? Do you feel like you ada apa-apa masa untuk jadi seorang budak normal ke? Was it like totally crazy for you?
It wasn't crazy until my mom fell sick, because then I had to become the breadwinner. But since like before that, saya nak kerja, tak nak kerja sudah.
Really?
So I was able to have the childhood that I needed
Yeah.
to grow. But then in my teens, things started to go macam south. So banyak benda yang semua yang bagus-bagus itu macam, where are all these privileges? Yeah, I dapat pergi tidur rumah kawan, I dapat pergi birthday parties. In fact, my mom is like, go for that birthday party. You need to have, you know, time with your friends. And actually like, dia tak suka sangat I pergi rumah orang. Sebab dia, she's like the helicopter mom. So, dia macam, tak apa, ask your friends to come and sleep over.
But that's good.
But I'm like, I'm bored of my house.
Faham.
I want to go to their house.
Yeah.
And tapi the thing is, bila dia dah kenal my friends and dia tahu like they come from good families, then she's more than like willing to go. I don't want to see your face. Just go.
Faham,
Yeah,
faham,
go, have fun.
Tapi
But she
sebenarnya
has like a curfew, and
Yeah.
there are things that I can't overstep, because
Yeah.
then she'll like turn monster on me. But it's good now that I realize, that's why I never had like that wild child teen life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my mom was helicoptering all the time.
Tapi sebenarnya I rasa maybe yang tu tak adalah sangat kena-mengena dengan even our careers, because my mom was very similar. And pada masa tu I rasa macam, alamak, I just want to go and do some crazy thing. I think betul lah apa yang cakap, it was the teenager years. I think
Yeah.
before that I was the happiest kid ever.
Right. So teen years, I would say that there were a lot of struggles, because I was into boys.
Oh, okay.
And then you just want to go out with your girlfriends, you know, and like just talk about boys.
Yeah.
And you know, we have our share of little like cute school breakups and benda-benda macam, you know, and you just want to spend so much time with your friends. Like 90% of the time kau tak nak duduk rumah pun.
Yeah.
Kau nak duduk rumah kawan. And we were all dancing. We were all dancers. So it's like, aku ke rumah kau, kita practice lagu ni. Pergi rumah ni, practice lagu tu. Like, it was just all about having fun. But again, my friends were very accommodating to my schedule. So, bila masa I free je, diorang macam, okay, baju dah siap, kita akan buatkan makeup you. You know, we have your heels. Let's go. And I'm like, I tak nak pergi. I penat. I tak suka. Because they know like, whenever I go out, I get bored. And I like to stay at home with my friends. But they're the going out type. So what happens is like, they will just get me ready so I can't say no. They'll even pay for everything just so that I go out. I thank my friends for that, because at least I have memories now.
Oh, that's true. That's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the time. I mean, for me, di sebaliknya, I was a little bit different, because actually no lah, sama lah. I sejenis suka duduk rumah as well. I
Because
think
kita kan
maybe
macam kerja, long hours, and that's the only time we get to be comfortable kan.
Yeah. Tapi I had a bit of a struggle dari segi macam, maybe sebab I selalu kat set. So kawan-kawan I semua
Kat set.
and they were tak pernah ada budak kat set.
I had
Aku seorang je.
No, mine was very separate. I had friends I always have friends who have nothing to do with my work life.
I wanted to, tapi I ada struggle besar untuk macam berkomunikasi dengan orang yang lebih kurang umur sama macam I lah.
Yeah.
Sebab normally on set, all of my friends were like 30 and I was 6.
Right,
And dia macam jadi sangat pelik. So bila I pergi
I
kat
remember
sekolah,
talking to her and I'm like, she's not 12. Even without the set, I think, take all the other equations out. Both her brother's right here in front of me. He's an old soul too.
betul.
Like,
Tak tahulah apa jadi. Genetik kita kot macam masalah.
Probably, yeah. I guess you guys were brought up in a very intellectual, sort of stimulating environment, maybe, that you guys... Why are you laughing at?
Alex tengah gelak kat tepi.
Like what?
Sebab the politically correct.
Like, you know, stimulating what?
Yeah. Ya tak yelah.
Yeah, tak yelah.
But you did mention something just now that you said your mom kind of fell sick. Is it okay if you share a little bit more?
Of course, yeah.
pasal tu?
My mom, very business like person. So she has her own consultancy. She was doing really well, put me in international school. Like we were living in a service
Amazing.
apartment. Like she got it down, you know, and she works like a horse. She worked like a horse and she can still work like a horse because that's her passion. Tapi apa yang saya tahu, bila saya tengok dia kerja, sebenarnya saya pun banyak kerja macam dia. Like I don't mind putting in a lot of like blood, tears, sweat, whatever in what I do and what I believe in because that's how she is. But what I also learn is a little bit too much is always a bad thing. So dia jatuh sakit. She had lung cancer. So from there, dia tak boleh kerja. She had to, you know, let go of her business. And we were living like no money, you know, and homeless. We were living with friends, and then we literally didn't have any money for a good 2 years. And I decided, because we were already working, right? It's just that I wasn't so active. So then I realized, you know what? I think I should go back into it and do it full time because my mom mentally pun dia dah tak boleh nak push. So she was a different person in that whole process where when she was trying to get herself better, I felt that she never fully recovered mentally. Like it broke her, that all her hard work, business dia yang dia kerja keras semua tu, dia jadi macam sia-sia pada dia. Tak jadi apa, tak boleh nak kembangkan. She lost everything lah basically. So from there, kita kesian lah tengok mak kita sebab macam I memang tahu how hard you work and how much you really want to give me everything. She was really working really hard to literally give me everything she could. But, you know, life is quite interesting. It's what I now learn. So, I kerja, I start berlakon and all that. And then, it became this it turned into this full-time thing. And then it turned into this kind of good stream of income. And then I never looked back. So, I guess when your niat is to help your family and you have that energy that comes from you don't even know where and the capability and all that. But my mom was there to make sure that it all happened. So yeah, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm actually serious. If not, I don't think I would have even been here.
Faham?
Yeah.
Tapi I think apa yang I boleh nampak lah as your friend for like a really long time adalah disebabkan jalan kehidupan you, disebabkan everything that maybe you have faced in the past. Sekarang you berada dalam tempat di mana you sepatutnya rasa sangat bangga because not only are you like an incredible talent yang memberi sangat banyak kepada industri tanah air, but you're also a great mom.
Thank you.
At the same time.
You know how we never feel these things? I'm sure it's
Faham.
like, yeah, okay.
Faham.
Thank you. But
Faham.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ya, faham. Dia rasa macam sangat ada sesuatu orang bagi compliment you macam okay lah. Thanks for your pendapat. See you later. Macam tu.
Because yeah, I don't really see it as how other people see it. It's just another day to survive.
Tapi maybe ini adalah satu pelajaran yang kita kena belajar at some point in our lives. How to say thank you.
True, thank you.
And
but
smell the roses juga. Not that I'm saying you should say thank you to me lah. Tapi maksudnya macam
like to
kita kena
accept.
validatekan diri kita sendiri. Like it's okay to be doing a good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I must press on to all the youngsters out there. I saw how my mom worked really hard, and that made me really step back and take care of my schedule, take care of myself, have more time for my kids. So whatever happened to my mom kind of trickled to this generation, me. And then I hope that I can also make sure that my kids nak kejar macam mana pun sesuatu tu, jangan sampai kita jatuh sakit. So she had a lot of stress in her lifestyle also. You know, there was a lot of things that macam I rasa could be better, especially her sleep. So I try not to take for granted tidur
Betul.
and rest. And it's okay if people can't reach you, and it's okay if you're tired, and it's okay if you know, I'm still learning because I still have those traits that I see from my mom sometimes. But no, it's so hard when you don't have your health, you know.
I boleh relate sangat-sangat sebab kadang-kadang apabila kita bekerja and kita macam dah terbiasa dengan this kind of like attitude of like work.
Tak apa, penat is good.
Yeah,
you know,
penat is good.
for
Maksudnya you dah accomplish something. Tapi usia makin
No.
menaik
Yeah,
and badan kita makin tak boleh.
Yeah,
I mean, we're
yeah.
not kids anymore.
No.
Itulah reality.
I'm very proud to be able to give her a good life now, like how she gave me a good life. So it's yeah, I feel good. I feel good that it's because of her too. So it's like she invested in this and this
Betul.
paid off.
Betul. My mom still tells me that to this day. She's like, yes, jangan rasa bangga sangat. You are my investment and I tengah tunggu ROI.
Yeah.
Mana saya punya ROI?
See,
Saya
they never
peringatan
really
pada
do
hari.
things, like, without really looking at it long term. My mom
Yes.
macam tu, she's like,
Yes.
you are my investment.
ROI. Tapi pada masa yang sama, disebabkan itulah yang kita macam, sebab untuk masuk dalam industri ni
Senang,
tak
actually.
senang, tapi untuk bertahan dalam industri ni tu lagi worse.
Yeah.
Itu lagi worse.
Yeah. But we have the formula now.
We got our moms, man. We got our moms. And to you being a great mom too.
Thank
Okay,
you.
kembali kepada your career as a kid. You did so many films and so many TV, but there was one specifically that I looked at,
Me
which
going,
is...
it sucks, right? I'm sorry. Sure.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Ini adalah fakta. You can Google it.
Ini adalah fakta. You can
Gitu.
Google it.
Yeah. Itu dia. Itulah skrip terbaru. Tapi you did one project specifically, which is Air Mata Mulia.
Oh, shit. It was a nightmare.
Tapi cerita tu you were 14
I was 14.
and you played a 20-year-old. Tapi cerita tu macam sangat, at the time it was like a very impactful story.
Yeah, I think so. I
What?
can't stop laughing. It's
Kenapa
so
okay, you kena
cringe.
ceritakan.
Because like hero I macam umur 30 lebih. And then like I'm 15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then storyline dia macam kita ada business, lepas tu macam bapak kita kaya and then kita jatuh hati dengan like it's the same script. It's the
How
same
did
script.
you...
How did I? Money. I'm very, business minded too about things, and I don't just do things for fame. That's what people think, but it
Yeah.
ain't it. Yeah.
I think the reason I nak tanya you soalan tu is because I know that we worked in a time di mana macam industri kita tak seberapa develop macam mana dia develop sekarang.
Mm.
Do you feel like sekarang the protection around children actors dah berubah?
No.
Seriously?
Yeah. No. I rasa sama je beza dia. Because the law, you don't really see them like exercise it. It's just there. But then kalau kita cuba nak ambil tindakan, then all these productions are going to say, okay, this kid is really hard to work with. Instead of trying to help the kid, give structure and kind of, help with their rights. It's not. It's just like, oh, dia dengan mak dia susah nak kerja. Tahu tak kita cuba nak shoot 9 jam. Lepas tu mak dia macam, oh esok sekolah. I mean like kalau kau tak nak, kalau kau rasa kau nak sekolah, kau sekolah lah. Kau janganlah shoot. Macam it's all the sort of like mentality diorang yang tak ready untuk properly have a system and macam this structure that can actually have the industry thrive when you give protection to people, not just kids, but I think even technical teams and production people who are overworked, underpaid.
Sekarang, I mean, you're a parent. What's your pendapat? I mean, I was going to ask this question kejap lagi lah, a bit later in the show.
My kids don't need the money. Like, I mean, we can basically
Survive.
take care of our
Yeah.
kids without them having to work. So they have a choice, and we know the industry better. We're really industry players. My husband and I are in the industry, and if they want to take us, taking our kids is an add-on to whatever we are. So it's like, okay, you want our kids, and we can actually negotiate on a different, it's different. Because you want our kids, because you want added value to this campaign.
So sekarang,
if you want that, then you have to follow our rules.
betul.
They're very lucky, but we don't have them work with people a lot at all. They only work with me, with my videographer on my right here.
Yeah.
And in our safe zone in our house. And my son was only acting in his father's movie, and my daughter is acting in my music video. So they're very much sort of protected in their own little bubble. They don't know what work really is. If you ask me, not yet.
And maybe that's the best thing for them.
Yeah. Kalau boleh, tak nak pun diorang dalam industri. Jadilah doktor ke apa ke, tak apa. Okay je.
Doktor susah juga, I think. Tapi
yeah, susah. But then
semua industri susah lah. I mean, we've already talked about one experience of yours as a child. Tapi which was the project yang paling menyelah for you? The one that stands out that
I
you
tak
did as a
rasa
kid?
apa pun. Kalau you tanya, I
Really?
memang tak rasa apa. I tak ada satu pun yang I rasa macam stand out.
Adakah dia sebab macam jadual you terlalu pack sampai you macam tak ada masa pun nak macam live in the moment and like faham apa yang tengah berlaku
I
dalam.
enjoy the process. I
Yeah.
don't care about the result.
Oh.
I boleh tengok the result. I just want to know kalau benda tu bagus ke tak. Macam, I just want to see if like my character worked for that particular project.
Faham? I think it's a very interesting macam kita ada latar belakang yang lebih kurang sama lah sebenarnya. Tapi kita punya pendapat sekarang maybe sedikit different ya. I don't know macam mana benda tu boleh jadi. You are in the moment. You suka the making of. Jangan salah faham. I love the making of. I love my job. I suka part di antara action dengan cut. Yang lain semua macam depends lah. Kita punya crew siapa, kita kerja dengan siapa. Tapi in between action and cut, that's my favourite part of the set.
I like the process of creating the character, and that is not between action and cut. That's like when I'm most scared, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I get really just anxious just to make sure that whatever that's in here actually comes out properly. Yeah. So it's the when you're creating and that moment where I'm in my room and I'm trying to figure out how this person should walk or how this person should cough. Like, it's so weird, but that's my part where I feel like, okay, kita can create this new model, like this new sort of like clay.
Yeah.
And that's really nice to play around with. And then bila dah habis tu macam penat lah, aku tak nak tengok dah kau. Dah keluar daripada badan aku.
Faham? It's a very interesting nature versus nurture debate dekat sini. Sebab kita punya nurture sama, tapi maybe disebabkan, I don't know if it's just like a nature thing. I baca kau skrip I. Tak, sebab I ada isu kefahaman. You know, like I kena translate kan untuk I betul faham. Lepas I dah faham, I tak akan fikir dia jalan macam mana. Time I dengan action, sekarang I fikir sampai I buat. Itu proses I.
I tengok, I terus technically tengok, okay, mana graph dia? Siapa yang bawa this scene? Siapa yang bawa that scene? Apa sebenarnya yang dia cuba nak sampaikan?
So interesting.
Yeah. It's just like I read it just to technically know where my energy should be, how I should place the situation. So dia tak baca sebenarnya untuk enjoy the storyline. I tak boleh baca something twice pun.
Faham?
So bad.
Super.
But I
akan baca
have to
40
read
kali,
things twice.
Faham.
Of course.
For the job. Wink. So, do you remember kali pertama kita kerja together?
I remember, but I don't remember how old you were. I don't remember how old I was. But we were swimming in a pool full of frog eggs.
Okay, sis, I fikir pasal projek lain. Frog eggs ni bila?
This was like,
Sis,
I don't remember which, but I remember you with the apple, so I know it's you.
itu memang I. Kalau I tengah makan apple, that was
and I
me
remember
lah.
your mom, and he was there. Alex was there. Alex was this little kid who
Yeah, he was.
annoyed you. You guys were fighting every 2 seconds.
Oh, betul.
Yeah.
Macam betul lah.
Yeah.
Okay, tu I
and now
lah.
he's like, you know, I came to the office and he was like, oh, like, macam budak baik. And I was like, no.
Jangan.
No,
Jangan cuba.
that's
No,
not-
okay. So my first, okay, correct me if this is wrong, but my first memory of kita berdua bekerja sama was on a detergent ad. I remember my mum macam tak nak I buat kerja ni lah sebab dia cakap I kena balik. Lepas tu the agency tanya depan I. Dia cakap, okay, are you sure you tak nak anak you buat this thing? Tapi dia sekejap je and dia akan jadi sangat fun. And I was like, yes! And my mum was like, shut up. And I was like, no, I nak buat sangat seronok. Dia ada, okay, jom, bye. And I lari. And I macam, okay, ingat dia boleh tidur sebab besok ada sekolah, tapi tak apalah. So that was like my first memory of you. I tak sure you ingat ke tak?
No.
Tapi you were like my kakak big sister on set. And I was like, Didi. And I was like super like, tak tahu, I tak pernah ada.
I remember bits of it. I really remember bits of it. But I'm so bad with visual memory. I swear to God, I'm
I
really bad.
remember visually
Okay.
the scene yang kita basuh baju dalam longkang. And I was like, Didi. And then my mom is like, come home with me now. And I'm like, no, but Didi's here. And then I stayed on set and we did the ad together.
I know. We
Dude, it
were,
was so
I
fun.
remember we clicked. I remember the feeling and I remember like...
I was like, I have a sister who gets me. Itu perasaan I when
That's
first
what I
met you.
remember as well because we can just talk and bitch really about the things that we go through.
And dia macam tak ada orang lain yang boleh faham
Tak boleh.
sebenarnya.
That's why I cakap dengan you, I think before kita datang masuk ni sebenarnya jadi child actor ni dia punya sakit sebenarnya lain macam tau. Dia punya pressure, actually the pressure of having that perfect shot and behaving and trying to be professional.
Yeah.
It's a lot for a kid to just behave for like 12, 24 hours sometimes, I don't know. Yeah, it's just that.
Itu salah satu pressure lah yang kita akan hadap as a child.
Remember casting, the stages of casting and then like
firstly the casting process membuatkan I rasa sangat inadequate.
Yeah.
Sometimes
like
sebab
you're never
you kena
pretty
pergi
enough
and you akan macam sebaris dengan everybody yang macam hampir sama macam you.
And you can
berbakat,
see their
comel,
faces,
cantik.
yeah.
And then you akan duduk kat situ pandang diorang macam alamak, and then you rasa macam I bersaing. And do you ever feel like sekarang you seorang yang sangat kompetitif disebabkan environment yang you membesar?
Bukan kompetitif, tipu lah, tak kompetitif, tapi maksud I kalau I dah macam macam ada rejection ke apa macam okay, it's not me, it's you.
Tapi sebenarnya that is the case. A lot of the times it's not kekurangan you. It's just that
it's just
you tak
that finding
sesuai ke
something
benda ni
specific.
Benda ni bukan untuk you.
Yes,
Itu
betul.
je. So
people are trying to like, hey Diana, it's okay, and I'm like, don't worry, I'm so
like,
used to this.
faham,
You don't have to,
faham.
make me feel better because I don't feel anything
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
Tapi I remember another time that we worked together juga, that was like just such a clear memory in my head, because setiap kali you drive ke Genting, you akan nampak muka Didi and I and some fake family members. Do you remember? And you akan drive sebab itu macam the opening of Genting theme park yang macam first yang ever open, and it was
so
us
much
like
fun.
and I remember that the jacket that you ended up wearing was my pink jacket. Do you remember?
I remember that
Tapi dia sangat fun. That was like one of the best
was
shoots as a
a
kid.
lot of fun.
Sebab kita dapat naik all of the Genting theme park sebelum benda tu buka.
Yeah.
Kalau I ada
exactly.
Instagram time tu, havoc aku punya IG stories.
I remember a fragment. I swear to God, I remember how happy I felt.
Yeah,
And
it was
just
so fun.
like you own Genting.
Yes, but everything was shut for
I
us.
remember a bit of the picture. We've done so many. Like it's so hard to just pull one out.
Faham?
You know? Yeah.
Faham?
Far out, but yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah. Kan? Okay, so satu lagi soalan yang I ada pasal your childhood, which I think is maybe my last soalan lah pasal your childhood, is that you had mentioned tadi pasal the pressure of like performing time kita on set.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned you selalu macam dari awal lagi you tahu you akan jadi seorang superstar. Betul lah, pandai lah. Didi sebagai seorang yang berusia 5 tahun dia dah ada foresight tu,
one
you know.
thing I knew when I was younger, it's definitely like I was so sure I was going to be
a star.
You
were right. She's gonna say thank you. Tapi what about the pressure of macam fans? Dia lain daripada sekarang because now we have social media, fans tu direct dengan you.
Fans not really, but media,
itu yang I nak tanya. Yeah.
Media jahat time tu. The Sunday papers, oof. You would cry just reading what they would say about you. The thing is like they know like, well, probably you were at that sort of kind of in between
stage.
social media.
Bukan.
No?
I'm before social media.
Of course, but when you were acting in drama?
Tak ada social media.
Really?
Belum. It's before social media. We're not that far apart in age.
Yeah.
I pergi set hari ni and I dapat tahu yang ada orang on set yang dia punya IC number mula dengan 03. I'm macam, huh?
How's that possible? You mean you're 3?
03? Huh? Sorry, I tak boleh terima. Macam terus jam. Macam,
I 12 kot.
Yeah, what do you mean? 03 tu apa?
03 tu was like,
mana parents you? And then they're like, no, I drove. And I was like,
I drove.
Okay, so back to the actual soalan sebelum kita jauh.
Media.
Yes, media.
So media, I don't know why, but I think I was in the middle of all of that mess and I was targeted, I suppose. So
you mean like your mom's situation, is it?
No, like just the media wanted to know about me.
Right.
And I don't know what it was, but I thought I was doing everything okay. But there's always something yang I buat yang salah. And then macam setiap kali hari Ahad, not every week lah, tapi macam ada je macam diorang tahu benda tu, diorang tak tahu sangat if the truth sama ada benda tu betul ke tak. Diorang print dengan question mark. sebab diorang nak kita jawab for next week.
Can you give us like an example of the craziest?
Dude, I was in Nottingham Uni, okay? Belajar dekat sana, I drive hari-hari tau. Suddenly, you know, someone, this guy called me from one of the reporters, macam, I dengar you ada tidur dengan seorang lelaki dekat sana, dekat uni tu. I macam,
Huh?
yeah.
Jauh berita tu. Dia naik boat ke untuk sampai kat Malaysia? Macam
Tak, like I was in Malaysia lah. Nottingham, Malaysia. Yeah. So I drive every day, babe. Daripada Ampang ke UK.
Oh, I ingat cuti-cuti bank-bank dia.
Tak lah, sepatutnya macam you ada this exchange student thing where you
Faham.
know.
Or like 2+1 ke something.
Yeah, 2+1 thing. So dia call I, lepas tu dia macam, tak betul ni, abang ada story ni yang kata yang you tidur dengan student dekat sana, like foreign student dekat sana. Kiranya I ni macam pergi sekolah, tapi at the same time I pun buat benda-benda yang merepek ni.
Are you
macam,
serious?
the thing is, kalau I cakap no pun, you dah percaya benda tu.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You tak boleh
And
nak.
you nak tahu tak siapa actually yang spread that? I was friends with this classmate of mine and he was my only friend sebab yang kawan lain tu macam starstruck, faham tak? So he's Chinese, so dia macam tak tahu apa-apa pasal I. The rest of them are Malays. So my age, 17, 18, whatever.
Also
18,
your demographic,
19.
your audience.
Correct. Jadi macam dia cakap dengan kita pun dia ada macam a wall and I don't feel like I can be myself. So I kawan lah dengan this one Chinese boy ni. Lepas tu kita makan sesama, pergi lunch every day together. Girlfriend dia boleh terjealous, made a I Hate Diana Danielle page and then spread all these crazy lies about me in uni. So lepas tu I yang kena hadap benda ni. I macam, aku tak nak pun boyfriend kau tu lah. Aku dah Farid that time tu, okay?
Oh,
I was already dating Farid at that time.
Faham?
Yeah, so I was like, apa ni?
But that's so nuts.
Wrong. It's wrong. And I had to deal with that for I think 3-4 weeks because dia macam, Diana Danielle tidur dengan foreign student dekat uni dia.
Yeah.
That's like so bad. That was so bad for my,
I think like, bukan macam I nak maafkan dia ataupun bagi alasan kepada dia, but that was the thing that was also the hardest apabila you macam nak ada kawan in school, tapi diorang totally tak faham macam mana kehidupan you sangat fragile.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly, I tak boleh relate. I boleh bersimpati tapi I tak boleh relate because you were ahead of me by a couple of years. Time yang you melalui semua ni, bila I dah sampai dekat umur tu, media kita tak macam tu.
Tak macam tu dah.
Dia dah start jadi macam a bit macam magazine ataupun a bit macam dia
sebab
dia
dah banyak
tak macam scandal
from celebrities lah from that point. Banyak benda yang kita orang takut. It was just so easy to get things wrong and then after that like fans would hate you and would have to pick sides or macam it's just tough lah. It was tough.
But I boleh bersimpati dengan you sebab I rasa sekarang kita berada dalam zaman social media di mana macam ramai gila boleh cakap apa saja yang dia nak. Tapi disebabkan kita semua, tak kisahlah you seorang selebriti ke tak, hadap benda ni, there's a general macam generation wide desensitization to mean comments.
Yeah.
Tapi pada masa you, it's not social media, it's national news.
Yeah,
it's not in your DMs.
National Sunday News.
And National Sunday News, time dulu, bukan National Sunday News sekarang je. Budak-budak 03 IC. Tak. National Sunday News, setiap
make or break
orang
really.
Dalam negara baca benda yang sama. The coverage is like ridiculous.
It's kat Utusan, Berita Harian. These were major publications. And then I remember macam I couldn't go to PLKN because I had to do this Magica movie, which is now the movies that all these kids are like, I loved you since I was 6. Because of this Magica movie. But I almost didn't even get to shoot that movie because they were diorang cuba nak masukkan dalam PLKN. I cakap boleh, tapi saya ni memang saya yang tanggung family. Bagi saya 3 bulan, saya nak shoot filem ni, dapat gaji so that my family can survive when I'm not around for 3 months. Front page, I tak nak pergi PLKN, Utusan Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, then weeks after that, people were like, oh dia ni mengada lah, manja lah, apa semua. Tak. You tahu tak, lepas I balik daripada PLKN tu, electricity kat rumah I pun tak ada tau. Who was going to subsidize that? When you take the breadwinner pergi masuk PLKN, you guys don't think about it. I balik rumah, I tak ada electricity. I have to work in order to pay for my electricity. So other people don't only have orang tak ada macam just health reason sebenarnya. Banyak lagi reason kenapa diorang tak boleh pergi PLKN. Jadi bila diorang cuba nak paksa, diorang tak cuba nak fahami kenapa kita tolak sesuatu benda tu. It was my livelihood.
Media
I
takkan
suffered.
pernah buat excuses for you. Sebab sensationalizing a story is better for clicks.
Of course, it's, they have to be pro-government as well because it's, utusan at that point. So
But I also think that like, you know what it is, macam sekarang kita ada banyak lagi kuasa dari segi we are our own publishers. So sekarang kita tak payah macam doakan yang newspaper agencies akan keluarkan story yang baik pasal kita. We're just going to tell our own story on social media and that's very important. Hey guys, so Amy ada something yang sangat exciting untuk share. Kita baru dinobatkan, I mean Studio Sembang, baru dinobatkan for our first award. Amy tak sabar. And Amy nak cakap terima kasih kepada SYOK Podcast sebab sekarang Studio Sembang dinobatkan for Best Independent Podcast. And kalau korang nak mengundi, Amy akan letak link tu dekat dalam caption below and on Instagram juga. So Amy just nak cakap terima kasih kepada semua penonton dan semua rakan-rakan selebriti yang pernah ada dalam studio ni for all of the support, and hopefully you guys boleh mengundi kalau korang ada masa. And just wanted to say thank you. Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye. Back to the show. Bye.
betul.
Tapi on to better things.
Yeah.
More positive, fun things. Speaking of a certain boyfriend that you had, that's kind of still your boyfriend / husband / everything sekarang. You guys have been together for how many years?
15.
15.
More or less.
That is 03 punya orang tu punya entire life.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. See? So can you tell me that story? Like, what's that love story like? And macam mana korang dating dan bercinta dalam zaman traditional media di mana
Gotta keep it down low.
Like how?
I would say like macam in the traditional, in like TV drama semua, Farid was here and I just started out kan.
You were a big star in your own right too.
But
I remember
not Farid lah. Farid Kamal was there lah.
Yeah.
So and so I didn't want people to think that I was riding on his fame or just wanted to be with him because he had something to offer or something to trade with me. So I baru habis SPM. I had a big lump where I was hit by a current certain someone before I was in a relationship with my husband. So I was physically abused at that point. Got out of that situation. As soon as that person touched me, one time I left that relationship. I'm very happy. Please do that. Whoever touches you, get the fuck out. Okay? So dia macam tak ada discount lah. Dia macam, okay, bye. So I knew what I didn't want in a relationship. I knew exactly what I want for myself. So bila I jumpa Farid, he always exuded this sort of very calm, centered energy that I love. So I pernah kerja dengan dia a few years before that pun. So I was such a big fan, like drooling, dreaming of him. I was such a big fan. Like I was in love with him before he was in love with me, I must say
15
that.
years of marriage later, she can still say
10 years of marriage, 15 years together. Yeah, that is love. It is love. So, well, before I was invited to this event, I tahu, I macam, kenapa I rasa macam ada Farid kat sini? I asked my friend, is he here?
Cinta.
Yeah, macam ada vibe dekat situ kan. Is he here?
Jodoh tu kuat lah.
Kawan I cakap macam, ada, dia tengah duduk dekat sebelah Roshamno. And I was like, I couldn't see him. Like, he was like, saya tak apalah, I duduk, I makan-makan. Habis je event tu, I nak keluar, suddenly he came up to me. Lepas tu dia macam, can I walk you?
Ay! Oh, Casanova.
And then I looked at him and then he terus macam alihkan pandangan dan dia pakai spek mata. And then dia macam jalan dengan I. Lepas tu dia macam, can I offer you a film? I'm gonna be directing my next film. Lepas tu I macam, you can call me manager.
Tak sure I free ke tak? Let me check.
Yeah,
my
let me
dates.
check my dates.
Hello, excuse me. I'm really free on the. Jangan bagi tahu dia I tak free tapi tarik harga sikit, okay? Macam
Not
tu.
even that.
No.
I just
Were you
said
really
no.
tak free?
No.
You said no?
I said no.
You tak jadi?
Exactly. That's the response I wanted.
Wow.
He offered me, and then his people called me and like macam, the producers called me just to lock me, and I said, tak free lah.
Wow,
And then-
she is so cool. What? And then okay, sorry.
And they called me. Kenapa you tak free? Untuk berlakon dengan I, like to be in my film. I was really happy to have you in my film, and I'm like, sorry, tak free. Padahal macam, yes, he's calling me.
Tapi boleh tak I tanya a very sensitive question? You free ke tak sebenarnya?
Memang I free je.
Oh,
But I just didn't want to, I tak nak. I just wanted to make sure that I have enough time and space to get to know him slowly.
faham?
Not by his terms, by my terms. Not the way he wanted it, by how I wanted it. So I
Yes.
wanted to control the narrative and control the way that we know each other.
Yes.
So I bagi dia habis shooting, bagi dia rindu I untuk macam 3 minggu. Hari-hari dia call kita.
Serious? Wow.
Hey, how are you?
I'm very impressed.
The thing is, with the phone call thing, you get to
Zaman dulu tak ada DM,
Tak ada.
tak ada swipe. Kalau aku like, aku swipe. Itu semua tak ada.
No, far from that. But you get to know the real person.
Yeah.
Because you're far away. You
Terpaksa.
need
You
to have
tak boleh tengok gambar dia and
conversation.
imagine.
You
Betul?
tak boleh. There's no physical thing, nothing. Like, you can't even look at each other. It's just, what do you have for me? What is it that, is in your, what are you thinking? What do you want to say? What do you think about this? So we were talking, and I felt that he was so nice and just so genuine, and he wanted things to be the way that a traditional relationship should be. So I was like, okay, this guy's like really good, and he didn't have a temper, and he was very sweet. So dia datang jumpa I. Lepas habis shooting, tak balik rumah, dia terus daripada Perlis tu, dia drive all the way just to come and see me. And I was like, effort, yes, the commitment. And then I showed him the worst parts of me first, because I wanted to see, like, I wanted to shave off all the unnecessary months of like, baru bila dah kenal baru nak
Kita
tunjuk segala benda
sini-sini,
buruk kan.
faham.
Tak, it's like, this is who I am, this is how I am. Do you like it? You don't? You can walk away. Because I dah macam penat dengan, relationships that are just like, what?
How old were you at the time?
I was 17. But I'm not the jump around into different relationships type. I'm like, I wanna commit, I nak kahwin. So that's always been my thing.
Yeah.
So I needed to make sure that if you want to be my guy, dia memang kena the guy. There's no discount. There's no,
Boleh I tanya you pasal tu kan? Because I think that sekarang, right, a lot of what I'm seeing sekarang with the like younger kids and stuff, maybe macam I juga, is that there's like, especially for women dalam industri kita kan, there's always a fear of nak kahwin, nak ada anak, sebab ada orang yang akan ingat benda tu akan macam menghalang career, ataupun macam mana I nak bekerja kalau I kena macam,
I mean, if
I'm
you just
pregnant
started at 20, then if you get married, then yes, it's going to affect your career. But for us,
Yes,
we had
you're
it,
right, you're right.
since we were babies. So lain.
yeah.
I had my own money. I was ready to, do whatever I needed to do. I had all the sort of independence. Whatever happens, I can count on myself.
Tapi apa perasaan you time tu as like even like a 17-year-old, knowing that
I was not 17 on the inside. You should know that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Betul. Did you ever feel like macam, did you ever sit down macam, wow, I'm super different? I'm a 17-year-old who is financially independent, mentally and emotionally jauh lebih matang.
That's
Very
why I had a
matters.
hard time dating or seeing people my age, definitely.
Yep, I really understand.
Yeah. So Farid's 10 years older. So that helped because, and he's in the industry, and he also, started from zero, from nothing. And he was like, 17, 18. He wanted to be a lawyer, but it didn't happen for him. So cute. Then, yeah. And it's just, I felt that he understood, and he's very calm, and he knows how trippy I can be, and he can calm me down. So that's the main thing about him. Yeah.
So how did you guys take the next step together? Was it like a super
After
calm
a
like
few,
discussion?
so we didn't even hold hands until the 4th month. I was like, dude, this is taking too long. Can you just hold my hand? I know you're decent, Hold my hand now.
Yeah.
So, but the first 3 months, we were so ready to get married. But I was too young.
Serious?
Yeah.
Fun.
So we waited a couple more years, and then we tied the knot. But to us, it was like 2 years too late. We were ready to do it like 2-3 years before that actual time.
Faham.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. And then after that, you guys had kids and now you have two beautiful, gorgeous kids together.
Thank you.
Tapi what was that macam journey like? You transition daripada seorang yang, you know, like you're this like young superstar kan dalam you punya narrative dalam kejaya you, and sekarang you dah transition into becoming seorang isteri, seorang ibu. What was that transition like for you?
No pressure.
Really?
Sebab I tahu yang I nak anak awal, I tahu yang I nak kahwin awal. So I dah tahu dah, okay, I dekat jalan yang betul untuk diri I. And then I ada suami yang baik, yang responsible, and
Bertanggungjawab,
dia, dan dia banyak memang jadi my strength lah. So masa my kids was small, I memang slow down and I was happy to slow down. So bila diorang dah besar, minta izin Farid, can I, you know, boleh tak aktif lebih sikit, you know, I got myself like 2 maids just to ease my own anxiety for leaving the kids. So 2 maids, my mom was with us, so macam the support was there untuk I nak go all out balik. It was beautiful. I've always wanted to be a mother, selalu nak jadi the nurturer. So when I jadi isteri, I jadi ibu, sebenarnya benda tu buat I happy sebab I boleh nurture dan I boleh jaga orang, and I love responsibilities. I may not want to admit it, but I do. So yeah, maybe because I'm an only child, so dia macam lonely, dia selalu rasa macam how is it to have your own family, to really just have your own kids and have and let them have siblings, and so all these things sort of, it was my dream. So rather, it's not just the superstar thing. Dia macam superstar nak jadi ibu.
Tapi kenapa tak boleh nak ada dua-dua? Macam tak semestinya you jadi superstar, you tak boleh nak jadi ibu.
It is a risk that you take because you tak jaga your branding, you boleh jatuh, and then susah sikit nak naik.
Tapi you tak pernah ada isu tu. Macam mana you?
Thankfully, tapi bila kita slow down, automatically the industry akan rasa macam, oh dia dah tak ada, dia dah jatuh, dia dah tak aktif.
Faham.
And then things just stop and halt for a bit. Tapi like I said, there's always the entry in. So I tak nervous pasal benda tu. Saya macam lantak lah, like after a few years, you know, I'll be able to go to what I needed to do. So I was secure in my own circle. Cuma I tahu the danger where if you tak jaga your image, you tak jaga your badan, you tak jaga banyak benda, and you don't look like an actual celebrity anymore, susah. Because you need to look the part. You can't look like a mom.
But
That's
okay,
the pressure.
Saya bukan seorang ibu lah, tapi bagi saya, you look like a celebrity. So you jangan risau lah.
I mean, those days when I was, you know, having my postpartum depression, you should meet me then lah. Dia memang tak celebrity lah time tu. It really felt like I lost myself also because I had postpartum depression.
And macam mana fasa tu dalam kehidupan you? What was experiencing that like?
Dark. Because orang tak pernah bagi tahu kita time mengandung, diorang macam get ready. Tapi get ready for what? Diorang tak pernah cerita tau. The level of like sleep deprivation that you actually need to macam hadap. It's crazy. I pernah pegang my son, macam doi-doikan dia, tiba-tiba ada dalam kepala I, lepaskan je dia, tak apa, lepaskan je. Like a newborn, a week old. Kau nak lepaskan macam tu je, to hit the floor. Nasib baiklah kita boleh lawan dengan logik kita. Kita tahu, oh, I'm not right ni, I'm not right. I sat down. I made sure I duduk sebab apa-apa kalau I nak lepaskan pun, dia jatuh atas riba I. Contohnya macam ni kan. Kalau lepas, dia jatuh atas I punya peha and not the floor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sebab I tengah diri, I tengah shake the baby, tiba-tiba ada suara-suara yang tak sepatutnya. Tak apa, lepaskan. You're very tired. You should tidur. So, you know, a lot of women yang dalam situasi pantang and all that, and they meroyan, it really isn't them trying to meroyan. It's just their hormones, they're tired, they're all over the place, maybe not enough support, tak cukup makan, tak cukup tidur, nak mandi pun. I remember nak shower, nak mandi 5 minit, tak basah pun badan. Baby dah nangis dah. Like, oh my God, I just need a good shower. But yeah. But now it's past. It's all done. So that's what I mean. Yes, I wanted it, But damn, nobody told me how much of a roller coaster ride it actually is to keep those people alive.
Yeah, faham. Tapi I rasa ni something macam maybe sebab I tak pernah fikir I nak ada anak, belum lagi lah at least. I pun tak pernah dengar cerita-cerita macam ni. I rasa macam, do you rasa there's like a stigma for women untuk sharingkan benda ni yang
banyak
macam
stigma kalau pasal perempuan in this country. That's why when I speak, they're like, "Oh, you're very brave," and I'm like, I didn't think this was taboo. I tak pernah rasa benda tu taboo. I thought it's just story. Macam, don't you feel the same way?
dia macam
But
part
bila
of
I
life
tanya balik all these other women, ada. After I speak, then they're like, "Oh Diana, I selalu nak cakap pasal benda ni tapi I takut."
Faham.
Yeah, and it's like, tak payah takut. Cakap je.
Faham. Tak tahu, maybe I harap yang macam you akan mulakan something dekat sini di mana macam bila orang dengar cara you bercakap and diorang dengar macam mana you jujur dengan experience you, benda tu akan memberi inspiration lah kepada ramai untuk mengikut cara you so that you know diorang pun akan rasa lagi selesa and tak berseorangan.
Yeah.
Dalam situation yang sedikit tak best.
Yeah.
Betul lah tu. Actually, I have another couple of questions to ask you. And ini ada kena-mengena dengan singing. Sebab I know you just released your first English single.
Yo.
Yes, betul ke tak? Shine On.
Yeah.
And the reason I nak tanya you pasal this song is because I dengar Shine On. I saw it on TikTok. I was like, yes, girl, get it. Sebab, okay, so I tahu dah lama dah yang you suka menyanyi and everything. I saw you perform recently.
Oh my God, yeah.
Ingat tak dekat the Rolex event? I was like, yes, did it. That's my friend. That's my friend. By the way, semua, that's my friend.
Me so nervous.
Kenapa?
Because I was like, too many familiar faces.
Alamak. But I was so happy
That's
for you.
so
I was
cute.
like cheerleading kat dalam audience.
Yeah, I know you guys are the sweetest.
So how long have you been planning this song?
Not too long. Sebab kita orang dah tahu dah nak buat apa. Sebenarnya lagu ni adalah lagu manja-manja. Lagu manja-manja before I start releasing the songs I write. So this is the song that I co-wrote. Actually, Bo Amir wrote it and I changed some of the words because I wanted to fit my story. So he was very helpful because I'm not really good at songwriting yet at this point. So I've been songwriting since I was 9, but cuma songwriting in the business sense of, you know, like
commercialization.
Yeah,
benda,
so lain sikit kan. They have their own little formulas and all that stuff. But I hope I'll get there one day. Cuma dia macam, okay Diana, let's do something that relates back to, you know, something that, because I tahu I have a lot of traumas in my childhood and I was bullied, all these things that happened to me. So it was time for me to write something that related very much to the things that I went through and that you just need to keep believing in yourself and you need to keep pushing and you need to know that, you know, that you have enough in you to do and be whatever you really want. And it was really just visualization from when I was small, knowing that I was going to be something and be somebody regardless of what people said or done to me, really. So I just wanted to kind of put that into a song. But yeah, more songs coming up, really.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to hear. Sebab apa yang macam membuat I tertarik pasal the song is, firstly, lagu tu memang best. Tapi caption yang you post was one of, I think, caption yang paling ikhlas, jujur, transparent, raw yang I pernah nampak dekat social media dalam sepanjang yang I seorang yang pakai social media. Know what I mean? Sebab your caption was really like you just macam took your heart and bagilah dekat you punya audience. And you talked about macam, you know, your mom and like your childhood and then getting bullied and then maybe you punya struggle dengan your own like body and cara yang you terima diri sendiri and persevere through all that. Bila you tulis that caption, you ada rasa segan ke apa-apa ke?
No, it's just a story.
Wow. Itu memang sangat impressive lah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but whenever I share, I don't have what other people may feel. Macam, you don't feel ni ke? You don't feel... There's a lot of people asking me, but I'm like, tak, I'm fine. Ask me anything. Is that not normal?
It sounds, I mean, for me, bunyi dia healthy. I rasa itu macam apa yang I nampak adalah seorang yang sangat secure.
Yeah.
dengan diri sendiri. Macam you tak rasa ada apa-apa nak kena malu sebab betul lah benda tu
No.
bukan memalukan. It's just adalah
I know
fakta.
everybody because I speak to everybody on a more personal level. I don't
Yes.
speak in a, sort of how are you, what you doing, but it's more, hey, like, how are things, and they will tell me all their deepest, darkest secrets. And I love it because I feel like in the end, everybody has either depression, anorexia, suicidal thoughts. We all have our dark spaces and we all sometimes get sucked into it. And then sometimes we are the most kind of enthusiastic, happiest people on earth. It really is depending on, there's this quote that I love. It says, there are years that ask questions and there are years that answer them. So there are years where you're just questioning, you're in that dark, sort of space and you don't know where you're going, you don't know where you're heading. Life is so terrible and you feel like, why me? And then you get all the answers. You know why things are the way it is and how they connect. That's why I don't feel ashamed of my story, and I don't really judge, and I just love to listen other people's stories because to me everybody goes on their little question answer journey. Yeah. So
And thank you for datang ke studio Sembang hari ni and sharekan macam
what's your
sebahagian daripada
deepest, darkest secret, Amelia?
saya akan bagi tahu you selepas cameras cut. Gitu. Tak, okay. So, you ada cakap, I think this is my last question sebab kita ada 2 lagi segmen yang kita belum mulakan lagi.
Sure.
But what are your plans for next year dari segi lagu? Sebab I rasa apa yang I nampak is sekarang bila I nampak you perform, I rasa macam I boleh nampak kebahagiaan tu datang dari hati you.
Thank you.
And I rasa macam you kena continue lah dengan something yang betul-betul buat you bahagia.
So I'm not happy with acting anymore.
Oh,
Not for the year or so. I will stop because I feel that too much of something is not a good thing, right? And it also applies to my acting world. It's all I know. It's all I've been doing. I'm bored. I don't like it at this point. Not at this point, but maybe, ask me again in 2024. Again, like I can pause things, right? You
Yeah.
can jump to other things because that's how this industry works. You're not bound to one job. So that's what people tak faham sangat. Jadi bila saya cakap saya berhenti tu dia macam taking a breather. So kita akan plan, I think there's going to be a couple more songs yang akan keluar daripada awal tahun, pertengahan tahun, sampailah hujung tahun memang lagu je.
I'm so excited.
And most of them ada English, ada Melayu, ada macam-macam lah. So I'm just like, let's do something new. And Farid will have a lot more things to do in Indonesia. So I will have to take care of my husband kat sana. Maybe, find some Indonesian songs and collab.
I baru nak cakap, siapa cakap macam just because Farid ada dekat Indonesia and you kena pergi kat sana, music ada dekat Indonesia. Music best juga kat situ.
Yeah, I rasa macam I'm just going to be a musician and try to macam, so diorang memang passionate kan, so maybe I can try to borrow their drive and their passion. Yeah.
Why not? And mana tahu, maybe this can lead to like, even, not to say that apa yang you ada achieve sekarang ni is like not incredibly impressive, but like bigger and better and better and
we
better
always
things.
want bigger and better things no matter
Manusia
where
tak
we
pernah
are.
puas hati.
Betul. And selagi kita, I mean, we're still young if you really look at, don't look at the numbers, but
You mean the 03 on the beginning of our IC? Konti tu sangat penting. Amy memang seorang yang ikut konti.
Oh
Nampak
my
tak? 03 dari awal lagi macam masih ingat. Thank you.
Yeah,
Aku jaga
technical
konti sendiri on
actor.
set.
I think because kita memang in common, and I know DPs tell me that as well. Ramai yang memang banyak berlakon iklan, sebenarnya diorang technically diorang sangat on point. Sebab
gitu.
ya gitu. Aku suruh kita orang diri situ, memang situ kita orang
Food positioning sama. Spacing sama. Muka sama, tangan sama, everything sama. Cara I pegang rambut sama.
Sebab bila kita dalam iklan, memang dia ada beberapa saat je kau tak boleh buat silap. Kalau kau buat silap, diorang tak akan panggil kau dah.
Betul. And then you akan menghadap lagi casting dengan 1,001 muka yang copy paste. Macam tu.
Tak payahlah. So yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, so kita ada masa sekarang to move on to the next segment, which is a fan question. So, selalu ni I akan simpan macam siapa is the guest as a rahsia. Tapi kita akan ada questions.
You buat soalan tu.
Tak, soalan tu datang dekat WhatsApp kita and kita akan pilih mana satu yang sesuai kepada. Kenapa orang suka cakap benda ni kat ayah?
Like Alex, you planted this, right?
Tak, ayah akan baca soalan ni and then you bagi tahu I terus terang sama ada you rasa adik I mampu menulis soalan
Ke your
macam
mum.
ni. My mum, you dengar, you rasa dia datang dari my mum and my brother, you boleh bagi tahu This one. Oh, hey Amelia, I tak nak lah bagi tahu nama, malulah benda I nak cerita ni. Actually, this is my 5th time hantar question. I geram betul. Layanlah question I pula, ramai sangat fans. Okay, tu tak ada kena. I tak faham betul lah dengan lelaki ni sometimes. I tak pernah jemu, okay, bagi attention dekat dia. Bunyi macam teruk sangat kan? Tapi I rasa down lah sebab dia selalu tak ada. I just nak dia learn how to manage time so that kita boleh happy together. Is it too much? Help.
Ew. Aku tak boleh lah love question.
I think dia ni pasal relationship advice lah.
Yeah,
obviously.
Alah.
Okay, so obviously soalan ni bukan dari my mum and my brother sebab dua-dua.
Sorry, I bukan orang yang romantik dan I bukan orang yang boleh relate dengan masalah clingy ni. Apa masalah dia?
Masalah dia, I tak pernah
I love
jemu
you.
bagi
I
attention
understand
dekat
your problem.
dia.
I tak pernah jemu.
Bagi attention kat dia.
Oh, so she's giving attention.
Attention, tapi dia selalu tak ada.
Dia tak ada, dia buat apa? Main game.
Tak tahu, dia tak elaborate dekat sini. tak tahu
Sebab
dia just tak ada.
ada je
Dia tak ada.
perempuan-perempuan macam my girlfriends. Dia macam, she's always giving attention to the boyfriend. Boyfriend dia main FIFA. Faham tak?
So boyfriend dia tak ada lah. Tak tahu boyfriend dia pergi mana. Maybe boyfriend dia cuti. Maybe boyfriend dia main FIFA.
Jenis, the thing is as simple as this. He is who he is. Macam Farid pun, macam I love the attention that he will never be able to give me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love the attention that I expect, but it's not something that he can give me because dia bukan jenis macam tu. It's either you compromise and try to find the middle ground knowing that your boyfriend is not clingy, it's not the type yang boleh bagi attention. Maybe they have a life. Yang diorang pun macam sibuk dengan kehidupan diorang. And you're not the wife. Jadi kita nak minta lebih-lebih pun, dia macam, maybe certain people are macam a bit more conservative yang dia tak nak give their all until they are in a marriage. Banyak reason dia because we come from different backgrounds. Farid is a very different person than I. I had to compromise a lot. And he had to compromise a lot. It's how bad you want each other in the end. That's all I can say. So kalau you tak tahan sebab that's what you need in order to survive the relationship, then that person's not for you if you really need it. But if you think you can kind of like, tak apalah, I faham, he needs his space, he'll be there when he wants to be there, then I feel like that's healthier too because you allow him to be himself as well. And then you'll come together happier couples. Dude, like, I'm married 10 years. It's not easy to compromise. There are years where you are just not seeing eye to eye at all. And I'm saying years. So this attention thing is just macam, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Not trying to minimize the pain. Dia macam dalam orang certain lelaki clingy gila sampai you pun rimas.
Oh, ada juga.
Ada kan yang macam nak baby talk lah apa segala. Lepas tu kau macam cringe. So then go for those men who will baby talk, who will be clingy, who will call you every morning, good morning. You have a choice. You're not married yet. Why are you staying around if you're not happy? But if you're happy, okay lah.
Betul. Sebenarnya I bagi you soalan ni sebab I tak akan boleh jawab kalau you tak ada. My longest relationship dengan manager I, Shu, yang korang pernah dengar dalam last episode.
My manager's name is Shu too.
Serious?
Yeah, I have 2 managers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my manager is called Shu, and that's my longest relationship of my life, which is 6 tahun. Hi Shu. Macam tu. So I tak ada pengalaman sangat, so I tak tahu macam mana nak bagi komen. Tapi I rasa apa yang you cakap tu sangat mature. Tapi pada masa yang sama,
Dah kalau dia memang bukan type macam tu, kita tak boleh paksa. Kalau dia bukan clingy, kalau dia bukan macam sentiasa nak kita buat Farid, kalau dia message I, sekali every 3 days, masa kita orang, when we were together, macam seeing each other, I jumpa dia sebulan sekali tau. Because we're both filming. Lepas tu message pun macam 3-4 hari sekali. I boleh nampak macam, you tak sayang I ke? Tapi when I'm married to him, I know that I'm all he sees. Like, macam dia kat rumah je. Dia tak ada fikir lain pun. Dia just macam suami yang paling senang dijaga for me. So, if I look past the clinginess, ataupun look past him not being there, what are his other traits? Maybe you love him for other things that you can focus on rather than trying to change this particular person. Because like, susah kalau kita nak orang tu berubah untuk kita when they're not that type.
Tak tahulah apa yang I boleh kata just really not much sebenarnya is tapi lagi banyak yang you push orang ni dari pengalaman hidup I yang bukan dalam relationship pun
lagi
tapi
dia
lagi
macam
banyak you push lagi
menyampah
dia lari,
kan.
lagi dia lari.
Dia tak boleh sebab dia tak reti. That's not who they are to call you every morning, good morning, give you attention. If that's who you are, don't change because that's who you are. But you don't
Pergi cari
expect
orang yang macam tu lah. Janganlah paksa orang yang bukan macam tu jadi macam tu pula.
Yes, girl. Sorry, I hope that helps.
Harap-harap itu membantu. Tapi itulah jawapan yang jujur lah. Sakit tak sakit, it's reality lah.
I'm sure he likes you. Like, I'm sure he cares. It's just that maybe he's not like that.
Interesting. Soalan yang saya pun tak pernah bukan soalan, jawapan yang saya pun tak pernah macam pertimbangkan sebelum ni.
Yeah, I had to go through that with my husband.
Sebab tu you ada 15-year relationship and I tak ada.
No lah.
Gitu.
No. It really is just, we can't live without each other. Senang.
No.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. Okay, so I ada some rapid fire questions. Maybe ada a few pasal your husband. Kita tengok.
Bring
Ready?
it.
Okay, so pagi ni, what is the first thing that he said to you? Itulah soalan pertama. What is the first thing that your husband says to you every morning?
He doesn't say anything to me.
What do you mean?
Dude, like he doesn't have to. Please be quiet.
Oh, yelah. I guess selepas you dah kahwin 15 tahun dia macam tu.
10 years. 15 tu kenal. 5 years
Sama
together, 10 years married.
Dua-dua sama panjang.
Boleh lah, panjang lah.
Dua-dua panjang sebenarnya. 10 tahun tu macam jarang tau zaman sekarang.
Boleh lah.
Well, touch wood. Okay. Next thing. What non-work related thing are you paling macam tak sabar?
Dance.
Huh?
Yeah, I dance with my friends. We still dance.
So fun. Tak pernah ajak?
Jom. We go.
Sambil kita buat laundry. So kita buat balik kita punya first commercial. Kita
Payahlah.
buat sekali lah. Boleh.
My friend who lives in your condo, we go
Okay, so
dancing
I baru
together.
dapat tahu hari ni Idris dengan I ada satu lagi neighbour.
Here, that I go to her house. And then
Serious?
rupanya, there's 2 people I know that are living in that condo.
Yeah. Okay, lain kali you kena call I
I
lah.
have to.
Okay,
Yeah.
baik. Okay,
I'll
the
clean your
next
house.
thing is you do some producing dengan Farid. Tapi kalau you akan producekan your ideal film, apa plotline dia and siapa actor dan actress yang you nak ada dalam film ni?
Well, I don't
dia dah
know.
fikir masak-masak dah jawapan
Well,
ni.
I ada banyak stories yang we are actually creating together. Look at her laughing there. My friend there. We have a story about, it's like a little, Tyler Henry? The
who? The siapa?
He's dia macam
I rasa I patut tahu.
the clairvoyant reader.
Oh, yes. I rasa
So,
I tahu.
dia macam a story that is based on the suicide forest dekat Fuji Mountain.
Oh my gosh, I know about that.
Yeah, so we're doing a plot about suicide mountain and how psychologically when you're at a place that sucks your energy, that you can also change and things can happen to your psyche. So we're talking about how sensitive our like the human mind is to energy that we can't feel. But it's like someone who got lost within the suicide forest but doesn't even realize that she's within that sort of bounds, and she's...
Dia macam psychological thriller.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Wow,
And there's another
seram.
one called My Neighbor from Hell. So it's like a dark comedy.
It's
and
about Idris lah.
No, is
Okay.
it? Is it? Oh, he says he's like the best, neighbor. No, he didn't say that.
Ya, sebab itu memang tipu lah. I expect better from him.
Oh, but yeah, he's so sweet though.
Yeah,
From what I know.
No, he's a nice guy. He's a really good neighbour. Dia tak kacau langsung.
Yeah, betul.
Dia langsung tak call. Thank God. I suka neighbour macam tu.
Yeah.
Biarkan I seorang-seorang.
Right? And then like when
Leave me
the time
alone.
is right, then you guys meet up right meet in the middle.
Setahun sekali?
Huh?
Kecuali kalau dia datang studio Sembang.
Of course.
Satu macam tu lah.
Yeah.
Tapi next time you ada dekat my place to visit your friend, you kena naik.
Yeah, we'll go for a swim too.
We should
Yeah.
do it for real. Okay, so actor and actress that you want to be in it, kecuali Amelia Henderson sebab benda-benda scary.
Because she's busy.
Bukan, sebab I nak reject you sebelum you reject I. Just in case you tak sebut nama I dah rejectkan you dulu.
But
Boleh?
babe, trust me, it's a good role.
Scary.
Not scary for you. We're filming.
Yelah,
You maybe tak boleh tengok movie tu je.
Tapi-
you dah habis shooting, tapi you duduk luar. Orang lain tengok.
Okay, jap, I nak clearkan something dekat sini. So, are you answering yang dream actress you dalam cerita you is me?
Of course.
Oh my god, sis.
I find that it has to be someone who can understand.
Janji kita tak payah pergi dekat that wood lah, because I macam, janganlah kita shooting dekat frame.
No, she's demanding lah.
Frame,
cancel.
boleh tak frame?
Frame?
Frame or
Yang I buat Magica
Taman
tu.
Negara ke? Tak boleh?
Babe, budget I macam 6 juta, babe.
Oh, kalau macam tu kita pergi England. Tak payahlah
Tapi
pergi
England
Fuji-Fuji.
kita pergi San
Seram.
Francisco Bridge because that's the first actually in suicide.
Okay,
like,
yes.
preference.
Bila kita nak sign?
Huh?
San Francisco Bridge, I dah
San Fran laju je.
San Fran I tak pernah pergi. So I macam tunggulah producer friends I bawa I pergi sana.
Actually, I
Tapi
didn't.
dia tak pernah ajak I pergi dancing, so I tak tahulah movie ni akan jadi ke tak.
Sabarlah. You can busy dengan
bagi masa,
studio
bagi masa.
Sembang.
Ya,
Kan
ya,
nanti
ya, ya.
susah pula. You tak dapat nak kerja. Diorang marah I.
Okay, tak apa. Kita boleh hire a different host sambil I pergi San Francisco Bridge. Tak apa. I rasa semua orang akan faham.
Tapi I punya my second writer tak nak. Dia nak Fuji juga.
Oh, okay. Kita kena.
But no, honestly, I didn't really go that far
Yeah, faham.
into actors because I rasa the script perlu siap dulu.
Ya, dia ada proses dia. You tak
There's
boleh
a
nak macam
process.
jump ahead
I don't
lah.
have a specific, but if you ask me about my neighbor from hell, I do have a few actors that I love to line them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Harith and
Yang tu you can
Susan
totally hire
Lang,
me and
yeah.
Idris.
Yeah. Imagine like Susan Lancaster,
Oh, okay.
Lancaster,
Faham.
Harith, you, Idris. Like, I feel like that could really bloody work. And if we sell it to Netflix,
Bye-bye. Pillow air.
Yeah, that's good.
Tapi
Yeah.
betul lah. Why not do it?
it was actually inspired by a case in Singapore where a 5-year-old kid was found.
Alamak, cerita seram. I ingat dia cerita komedi.
No, it's tragic. Found in a pot. She was found in a pot. And like, she was found in a pot after how many years of being in the pot in an empty flat? Because they have like their government flats, right, where everyone stays in, right? So she was found in a pot. And so I kind of twisted it into like how two neighbors are fighting. And then this kid is the one that's basically like, what do you call that? You know, she's the victim of this whole sort of frantic argument that's been escalating since forever between these two neighbors. And then we have an autistic boy who who solves the whole murder mystery. So that's the plot.
That's a really good plot. But it's so scary. Like,
I mean,
I won't watch it, but I'll act in it, you know?
it's a dark comedy.
So,
actually, it's not scary, I promise you.
I
It really is dark
ada
comedy.
rules, okay? Pasal cerita seram. Okay, rules tu, hantu tak boleh nak ada.
No
Tak boleh
hantu.
nak ada hantu.
There's no hantu.
Murderer, I okay?
Yep.
I okay dengan murderer?
Yep.
Hantu, I tak okay. Hantu tu, terus tak okay.
Then My Neighbor from Hell is the best pitch for her because there's no hantu. It's just dark comedy, you know, with a bit of it's dark comedy. Like bad things happen, but it's not supposed to be. It's
Like,
funny.
like kind of like Knives Out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
got you.
Like
Okay.
murder, like the Selena murder in the Selena fans will know.
Yeah. Faham. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, harap kita tak akan ada scary answer to my next question, which is any New Year's resolutions? Gitu.
Oh, just my album coming out next year. So that's my resolution to have it because it really depends on me and the team to kind of like gather the materials, record and all. It's a lot of work actually. I thought like being a singer is easy, but what?
Oh, kadang-kadang I rasa macam I bukan seorang penyanyi lah, tapi dia lagi susah dari acting.
It's different. I wouldn't say it's harder. Maybe it's harder because we're not used to it. Kita
Maybe.
macam
Betul.
lainnya benda tu. So I got a shock.
Yeah.
But we did a lot of the sort of songwriting time MCO. So now it's just to just pull all these good songs that we feel have potential and then like turn it into an album. So that's the resolution, is to put myself as an official singer with an album.
Yes, girl, and I cannot wait till you do it. In the meantime, I akan macam sediakan my Diana Danielle playlist.
Oh, ew. Not right now. It's not great yet. It's for me, like my expectation, it's please don't put on the playlist
Okay,
until
so-
I tell you to put on the playlist.
Kita ada satu pelajaran lah dari episod ni, which is
Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you.
cepatnya
Thank
dia dah
you
dapat
so
tangkap moral of the
much.
story. Tu dia.
But no, I'm really saving you from like a lot of pain. Don't play the playlist until I tell you to play the playlist.
I made the playlist. I dah dengar dah setiap satu lagu yang ada kat dalam playlist tu. Sister, apa yang dia cakap ni? Didi.
Alah, tunggulah. There's really good songs coming
I
out.
tak sabar. Seriously, I tak sabar. I'm so excited for you. In the meantime, thank you so much sebab menghabiskan masa dengan I dalam studio Sembang. It's been so much fun having you.
So much.
Yeah,
God.
kita kena buat sekali lagi lah. Next time dancing lah.
We do. Oh, yeah.
Studio dancing.
Listen,
Gitu.
first we go clean up your house.
Oh my God, this is my dream friendship.
We go for a swim, and then, we eat, and then we go dancing, and then we sleep.
Sounds like a plan. So we make it happen, sis. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us. And kepada semua yang menonton kat rumah, terima kasih sebab selalu bagi kita sokongan dalam studio Sembang. Jangan lupa, kita akan ada juga minggu depan setiap Khamis 10 malam di YouTube, Spotify dan Apple Podcast. In the meantime, we'll say bye and we'll see you next week. Bye!